Okay.
Now we're live, so go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Node.js Foundation Security Working Group meeting for November 2018. We've got a pretty light agenda today, so let's go through it. First item is issue 402 regarding refactoring the IDs of vulnerabilities in the ecosystem database. I think Liran is not totally able to talk about that right now, as he's doing something else. It seems to be in good shape to merge. There have been a couple pings to get last opinions on that topic. Does anyone have something else to say?
Hey, I was involved in this a little bit. Liran, are you here?
Yeah. Can join in for a couple of minutes.
So Liran basically worked on the generation and made a proposal for how the IDs should be generated in the future. There haven't been any comments for a while now, and I think we can move on with this. The deadline is basically in 5 days, and nobody objected until now. So until nobody objects until then.
Just taking some notes.
I think maybe we can just do like a final ping. We can just ping them again just for in case they missed it last time. But I agree with Andreas. Like it's been open for a while now, and we haven't received anything different, and it seems like we're all in agreement. Just wanted to add that maybe what tag it as maybe as like a good first contribution to maybe someone who's not yet on the working group, that they can try and get involved. So just an idea.
Yeah, I like it. We might want to clarify in the first topic a summary of what the task would be exactly. If we put it as good first contribution, right? Or is it clear enough in your opinion?
It's pretty clear, but I know there's VHub who wanted to work on some of the stuff that we have done already, like with reporting. If it's pretty clear, and if not, I'll just go ahead and add some context, but I think it's pretty good.
Okay, good for me. So let's do that. I will do a final pinging everyone who have been involved in that conversation one last time, and make sure in 5 days nobody has objected. All right. So I think we can move to next item if everyone is happy with the current status of 402. Let me just turn off these notifications. So let's move to the second item of our agenda today, which is item 359. So as a status, this is going pretty well currently for the setting up of the repository. So we are moving the vulnerabilities advisory in their own repository, as this seems to be the standard for other communities. VBAV just opened a PR 3 hours ago to set up the synchronizing script in CI. So we won't have to manually maintain the second repo, meaning that we can start to announce migration as soon as this is in place. So please feel free to review the pull request in the other repo. It's pull request number 7. I will link that into current thread. And I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any comments or idea on things we could do with that repo?
So actually, so there are two ways actually we could, get the repo, pushing back to the GitHub thing working, the CI-based repo synchronization. We could either use webhooks or use Travis only for doing that. So I don't know which one would be better, but Travis would be easier to set up, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. And it looked like so. Repo here other build to sync. So yeah, cool. Thanks a lot, Vibav, for your work here. We'll have everyone review also the PR to see how we can, if there are some other stuff to do. But so far, it's a pretty good work, in my opinion.
Thank you.
I think we are good for today's agenda. Is there any other item you would want to see covered in that meeting today? And I just asked the GitHub chat if there is any question. We can wait for a couple minutes to see if anyone asks anything.
Andy here. I just noticed we still have the vulnerabilities for Node Core from August 2018 open, and it's now November. This is pull request 389. How should we deal with this kind of long-running or stale pull requests that are adding vulnerabilities?
That's a good
Andy, who owns that one?
This should be. It was owned by Rodwag or opened by Rodwag.
I think I tried to ping him a couple of times. So anyway, I think we just need to review them, like see if those are compliant with what we were releasing, and I guess we can just merge them, right? And probably review them also. Michael is also involved in the Node Core security releases, so maybe you can just do a quick review with him.
I can review and merge that.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, that's great.
So,
maybe we should we have for this kind of thing some kind of an SLA-ish thing that we see, that we get pinged, hey, this is long running, or should we just keep an eye on it for now?
In my opinion, we should merge that as soon as, in a 24-hour frame. We should have taken action to update the field ourselves and merge that.
But Andres, it's a good point. Like, let's see. Like, hopefully, we're not going to have many Node Core security releases. But if we do, I think it's a good point to kind of just do retro later on. Like, see if we get a lot of this, stale PRs about it, and if it becomes like an ordinary things, then we should probably see how to fix it and just get it merged really quickly.
Good to me.
Do we have are we supposed to wait for some amount of time before merging things?
We usually do, like, when even PRs for the ecosystem, we usually kind of, like, even if some people approve it, we kind of wait a little bit more. It's like the CVSS core maybe settings or like missing stuff. So like just for a little visibility from other people, we kind of still wait. I think not for like there's not a predetermined time that we wait for like a week or two before merge, but to get more eyeballs at it before we do.
Is the vulnerability format documented clearly enough?
I think so, because we have also like a reporting tool that creates it out of like programmatic code. So generally the format is not something that you do manually unless you're not using the tool. But still, it's easy to miss some stuff, maybe just the data, or like you maybe created it before it was disclosed. So like the date would be like the epoch time and stuff like that. So, you know, it happens when we make like kind of mistakes like that. So just generally, we just wait it out for a little bit.
Okay, because our top level security working group page doesn't link to either that tool or any information on the format of the JSON.
So yes, the format is documented in a document created by Liran in August. I've just pasted the link in the chat, and we probably can put that in the README at the top level, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to also, if we don't cover in the table of contents, the NPM tools for the reporting and the validation, maybe you can just add it as well. Good idea.
I think, yeah, that would help. One thing with the PR review of like the JSON stuff is it's easy to review it if you know exactly what should be present. I didn't know
true.
that.
So you can PR to the missing stuff. I think it's a good idea.
Also for the validation, we've got the CI. We've got Travis validating the format, meaning that the need for validating existing fields or properly formatted fields should be minimal.
Yep.
All right. I did not see any question from the GitHub chat, but anyways, there are four viewers that are probably us. So if there is no other item in the agenda, I think we can consider the meeting as over. So thanks a lot everyone for coming. We'll see you, I assume, tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys.